Welcome to our world. Boris Johnson's controversial dialogue calls for escalation in Ukraine and the demolition of the Kerch Bridge. In a startling revelation, former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, known for his unfiltered rhetoric, has found himself embroiled in controversy after a conversation with notorious Russian pranksters Vladimir Kuznetsov, Bovan, and Alexei Stolyarov, Lexus. The duo, infamous for their high-profile hoaxes, managed to convince Johnson that he was speaking with French politician Jacques Attali. During this exchange, Johnson made some remarkably candid statements, urging increased Western support for Ukraine in its conflict with Russia. Johnson, who has consistently advocated for strong backing of Kyiv, took his stance a step further in this conversation. He explicitly called for providing the Ukrainian armed forces with ATACMS missiles, a significant escalation in military aid. These long-range, precision-guided missiles could give Ukraine the capability to strike deep into Russian-held territories, potentially altering the dynamics of the conflict. But Johnson didn't stop there. He went on to advocate for a more aggressive approach, urging support for what he termed the demolition of the Kerch Bridge, a vital connection between mainland Russia and the annexed Crimean Peninsula. The bridge, symbolically and strategically important, has been a target of Ukrainian forces, but Johnson's call for its destruction underscores the high stakes and the potential for further escalation in the region. In a broader strategic context, Johnson also emphasized the need for Ukraine to ramp up its military efforts, suggesting a large-scale mobilization. "They haven't yet called up many young people," he remarked, hinting at the untapped potential of Ukraine's population in sustaining a prolonged conflict. This conversation has surfaced at a critical juncture in the ongoing war, raising questions about the role of Western leaders in shaping Ukraine's military strategy. Johnson's remarks suggest a willingness to push the boundaries of direct confrontation with Russia, a stance that could have far-reaching implications for international diplomacy and security. Interestingly, this isn't the first time the Russian pranksters have caught Western politicians off guard. In a separate incident, British Foreign Minister David Cameron also fell victim to their ruse, believing he was speaking with former Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko. During that conversation, Cameron revealed that Ukraine would not be invited to join NATO at the July summit, attributing the decision to opposition from the United States. This disclosure, coupled with Johnson's incendiary comments, paints a complex picture of the West's internal deliberations on the Ukraine conflict. As these revelations circulate, they raise pressing questions about the wisdom of such candid admissions in an era where misinformation and disinformation are potent tools of geopolitical influence. Johnson's conversation, while reflecting his known support for Ukraine, also exposes the fragility of diplomatic communications in the digital age, where even seasoned politicians can be caught off guard, with potentially explosive consequences. Thank you for joining us on Our World. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and subscribe.